Hello viewers, welcome to the channel Amazing Civil Engineering Studies. Here we will learn about different concepts related to civil engineering. Time to enter the world of civil engineering. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more new updates. In today's video we are going to discuss about estimation. Types of estimation. Before commencing work over the project, quantity for all materials and its entire cost is determined. Therefore, quantity survey or estimation is the art or knowledge in which materials quantity and entire cost are determined. It is also generally known as estimating. Estimation means process of calculating the quantities and cost of various items required in construction. Quantity survey plays a vital role in estimation and construction of any relevant project. It will help in the determination of all related applicable costs and materials quantities so that all those factors are determined, and funds are released for the project in case if acceptable. If funds are less, then certain alterations can be conducted so that the project can span within the fixed funds. These alterations can be brought in the specifications of the project, or the project is conducted in stages so that the project can end within the released funds. The project should not be underacted in any case. Estimation is conducted in two ways despite the nature of the project, whether the project is of construction, sewerage system, canal digging, or road construction, and so forth. Initially, rough cost estimate is conducted that will help in the determination of the cost. Finally, the detailed estimate is conducted if funds are released. Quantity surveyor is the person who estimates. This person is also known as evaluator or estimator. Role of quantity surveyor. A quantity surveyor and estimator is a professionally trained, qualified, and experienced person, dealing with construction of different building, cost, management, and communication. He is appointed on behalf of his employer, whose main task is to ensure that the project is kept within the agreed budget. The contractor is also needs services of quantity surveyor for claims for variations in the work and their settlement. The quantity surveyor's role is connected not only with estimate but also the building economics. Roles of a quantity surveyor are as follows. Preparing the estimate or cost of work to be done by CO relating drawing and specification. Analyzing the rates of items with reference to rate S of materials, labors, hire charges of machineries and equipment in the locality. Scrutinizing the rates quoted in the tender by different contractors. Measuring the work done, checking RA bills. Analyzing the actual costs with estimated costs, material requirements, and finally collecting the data which will be guidelines for similar type of building. Estimating the cost of work actually carried out. Preparing the bill of quantity, BOQ, and tender document before tendering. Assessing the extra cost due to special features. Preparing the cash flow statement during construction. Preparing the final account on completion of the project. Value engineering, guiding the architect while preparing the appropriate specification suitable to soil, climate and functions. Assisting the architect, client in cost planning, preparing of financial statements, cost forecasting, settlement of contractor's claim and final accounts after completion of work. Data required for preparing an estimate. In order to prepare a detailed estimate, the estimator must have with him the following data: plans, sections, and other relevant details of the work. Specifications indicating the exact nature and class of materials to be used. The rates at which the different items of work are carried out. To enable an estimator to take out the quantities accurately, the drawings must themselves be clear, true to the fact and scale, complete, and fully dimensioned. The estimator has also to bear in mind certain principles of taking out quantities. Drawings. The estimate is prepared according to the drawings. Drawings depict heights, lengths, and thicknesses of different parts of the project. Size of every component of the project is shown in drawing and estimate is prepared accordingly. Plan, elevation, and sectional elevation are common forms of drawings prepared in the process of building estimation. Specifications. Specifications are appointed along with drawings for the depiction of the project quality. For example, a drawing will represent the size of the door, but it cannot represent certain elementary factors such as door type and timber type, etc. Timber comes in different types with different prices. All these factors are depicted by specifications. Specifications have two types: general specifications, detailed specifications. General specifications. General specifications are also known as brief specifications. They are used to show aspect, standard, and type of constructional work. They would depict the general classifications of the constructional work of the project. These specifications are used to establish the standards of the constructional work that will help in establishing detailed estimate. Detailed specifications. Detailed specifications depict characteristics, quantity, ratio, and formation method of the material used in construction work in the detailed description. Each component of the constructional work is detailed separately with the help of detailed specifications. Therefore, all aspects establishing standards and quality of the constructional work are disclosed. Hence, it will assist in detailed estimate. Detailed specifications of the items employed in ordinary projects are printed that are used for contracts. These specifications are called standard specifications. Rates. Accurate rates of material and construction work are required for accurate estimation. These rates must rely on reality. Multiplication of rates with the magnitude of material or construction work will result in cost estimation of the project. Rates of material or constructional work can be determined from schedule of rates of different public and private departments, or completed constructional work can be analyzed to get all required rates. Rates include material charges, carriage charges, and labor charges, etc. Steps in preparation of an estimate. There are 3 clearly defined steps in the preparation of an estimate. Taking out quantities. In the first step of taking out quantities, the measurements are taken off from the drawings and entered on measurement sheet or dimension paper. The measurements to be taken out would depend upon the unit of measurement. Obviously, the unit of measurement in the first case is cubic meter and that in the second case is square meter. Squaring out. The second step consists of working out volumes, areas, etc., and casting up their total in recognized units. Abstracting. In the third step, all the items along with the net results obtained in the second step are transferred from measurement sheets to specially ruled sheets having rate column ready for pricing. The second and third steps above are known as working up. All calculations in these stages and every entry transferred should be checked by another person to ensure that no mathematical or copying error occurs. Principles of deciding unit of measurement. A beginner may find it difficult to remember the units of measurement of different items. Memorizing of units of measurement would be greatly simplified if he knows the principles kept in view while selecting the units of measurements. Following are the most important principles of selection of unit of measurement. The unit of measurement should be simple and convenient to measure, record and understand. It should be one which provides for fair payment for the work involved. In the result it should yield quantities, which are neither too minute nor too large. The price per unit should not be a very small figure or a very large one, that is, generally costlier items will be measured in smaller units, cheaper ones in larger units. The unit of measurement may sometimes depend upon the unit for the raw material and/or labor and/or important dimensions. Technical terms used in building estimation. Different technical terms are used for making building estimate. Few important technical terms are described below. Plinth area. Plinth area is the constructed area over the floor surface. It also includes the area of the veranda and other passages that have a roof over them. Plinth area is measured up to outer edges of the walls. Floor area. Floor area includes the internal area of all the rooms. Rooms include kitchen, bathroom, and stair room. It does not include area encapsulated by walls. Carpet area. Carpet area refers to the area of residential rooms. It does not include areas of the kitchen, bathroom, and stair room. Market rate. Market rate is the per unit rate of different objects available in the market. It also includes conveyance charges, wastage charges, and taxes imposed over objects. Premium. Rates are subjected to increase even after the issuance of the schedule of rates. That is why additional rates are decided during the agreement with the contractor. That is known as premium. Rebate. Rebate is also subjected to decrease even after issuance of the schedule of rates. Decreased rates are decided during agreement with the contractor. That is known as rebate. Schedule of rates. Engineering departments prepare rates according to the market rates for the payments that are known as schedule of rates. It includes rates of cement, sand, gravel, and steel bars, etc. However, it also shows rates of labor or material as well. Rates of labor are known as labor rates. Rates of labor along with material are known as composite rates and shortly known as CSR. Schedule of rates is regularly issued observing the rates fluctuation in the market. It is issued at the start of each year that will be practicable for at least 3 months, which is known as market rates schedule. That is uploaded on the internet and shortly known as MRS. Contingencies. Estimates will incorporate some items that are not listed with particular headings. 3 to 5% of the overall budget is reserved for encapsulating the cost of these items that are known as contingencies charges. Petty items. There are certain items which cannot be determined exactly during the preparation of estimates. These items are known as petty items. Bill of quantity. Bill of quantity is the statement of the items of work. This statement will include item names along with the description of work and quantity of work. However, empty cells are left for related rates and amounts that is submitted by the contractor as bill of quantity. This statement will be known as abstract of cost once rates and amounts are filled in. Capital cost. Capital cost is the overall cost paid out over the project. It includes construction cost, survey cost, design and supervision cost, water supply cost, sanitary cost, electrification cost, gasification cost, and plot price cost, etc. Prime cost. The amount is reserved during the preparation of the estimates that will be expended over the certain things with the approval of owner or project manager or site engineer. It may include payout over fittings of doors and windows, water supply, sanitary, and electrics fittings, etc. This amount is known as prime cost. Provisional sum. An amount is reserved during the preparation of the estimates expended over items that are not determined. This amount is known as provisional sum, such as the cost of installation of telephone, or gas, or internet, and installation of air conditioners, or lifts, etc. Work charge establishment. Staff is enlisted during the construction of the project on the temporary basis that is known as work charge establishment. This staff includes secretaries, mates, and security guards, etc. They are enlisted for a short time. 1.5 to 2% of the overall cost is reserved for payment of their salaries or wages. T&P charges. 1 to 1.5% of the overall cost is reserved for tools and plants during the preparation of the estimates, which is known as T&P charges. Here, T stands for tools and P stands for plants. Types of estimates. Types of estimates that prepared on various stages of a project. An estimator should be very careful of the quantity takeoff, using the given documents such as drawings, specifications, and other documents regarding the project. Other than these, every estimate should prepare with the consideration of other two factors, which influence a project, namely, direct and indirect cost. Direct cost: cost of materials, equipment, labor and subcontracted cost. Indirect cost: overheads, contingency. Types are: approximate estimate, plinth area estimate, cubic content estimate, annual repair estimate and special repair estimate. Revised estimate, supplementary estimate, detailed estimate. Approximate estimate. It is also called budget, preliminary estimate. This type of estimate is prepared in the initial stage of a project. To give a clear idea to the owner, client, about the amount of cost needed for the project and to get the approval from necessary sanctioning bodies, example, from banks to get loan. Documents such as project drawing plans, details about the land including electricity and water supply and a full clear report are necessary to carry out the estimate. Commonly the approximate estimate is calculated with relevant to the previous experience. Example, to calculate the estimate for a house, a previously, and also recently completed similar house will be considered. Here the estimator already knows the rate for 1 square meter area, and with that he/she calculates the cost estimate for the newly proposed area of similar house. Approximate estimate equals rate of 1m2, already known value, x proposed area, m2. Plinth area estimate. Plinth area estimate can be achieved by multiplying the values of plinth length, plinth width and plinth area rate. Here the plinth area is referred as external plinth area of the building at floor level. Simply it can be also stated as the roof covered area of a building. Plinth area rate is derived by dividing the total cost of a previously constructed building by plinth area of the previously constructed building. Plinth area estimate equals plinth area times plinth area rate. Plinth area equals plinth length times plinth width. Plinth area rate equals total cost of a previously built building total plinth area of that building. There are some restrictions in calculating the plinth area of a building, and some area have to include or exclude when calculating. Among that, areas which can include are floor area with area of walls at floor level excluding the offsets of the building, internal shafts of sanitary fittings within 2 square meters, lifts, air conditioning ducts, area of porch at floor level, cantilever part can't be included. Area of bar satire room on the terrace or rooftop with veranda outside. Areas which can't include are area of lofts, open balconies, unenclosed balconies, fascia, towers which project above terrace level, louvers and vertical sun breakers. Documents such as line plan with complete specifications and costs for services such as water, electricity should be attached with estimate. Cubic content estimate. This type of estimate done by multiplying the volume of the building by the unit cubic rate achieved from the previously, also recent, estimate. This type of estimate is a little bit more accurate than above mentioned methods and mostly suitable for multi-storied buildings. Here the cost of corbelling, corbel a piece of stone, wood, brick, or other building material, projecting from the face of a wall and generally used to support a cornice or arch, cornice and other works like that are neglected. Cubic content estimate equals volume of the building times unit cubic rate, known value. Volume of the building equals plinth area, length times breadth of the proposed building, times height of the building, floor to rooftop. Unit cubic rate equals total cost of the previously built building total volume of that building. Annual repair estimate and special repair estimate. These estimates are prepared in order to maintain the constructed element in good condition. Works that attached when consider repair works, whitewashing, painting, plastering works, patching works and etc. Special repair estimate is prepared in situations where the costs of materials increased when compared to annual repair estimate cost. Revised estimate. This estimate is prepared when the rate of previously submitted estimate increases by 5% or more than that. But here the reason for the preparation of estimate must have a strong and valid reason, like sudden increase in cost of materials. The reason and comparative statement between two estimates should be annexed with the revised estimate. Supplementary estimate. This type of estimate is prepared when there is a necessary situation of supplementary work, to progress out the original work. The annexure of originally prepared estimate and supplementary estimated amount of the originally prepared estimate when submitting for requesting approve. Detailed estimate. Detail estimate is prepared with the help of complete set of contract documents. The preparation of detailed estimate can do under two phases, such as work out with quantities of different works and calculate the cost of each work. Work out with quantities of different works. The whole construction work procedure is divided into categories such as excavation and earthwork, concrete work, formwork, reinforcement, masonry work, roof covering and roof plumbing, carpentry, painting and decorating, plumbing, electrical installation and etc. The measurement takeoff procedure is done with the help of drawings, plans, and then they are entered in measurement. Measurement sheet is a prescribed form which contains number of columns to enter the respective measurements and descriptions about the works. Finally, the measurement columns are multiplied to get the necessary quantity. Calculation of the cost of each work. The already obtained quantities are used to obtain the cost of each work. Calculated costs of each work item are summarized in order, and that document is called as abstract sheet. A detailed estimate should have documents such as report, specifications, drawings, plans, design charts, and schedule of rates. Factors such as material quantity, transportation of materials, location of site, labor charges, cost of equipment, commonly allowed, 2% of the estimated cost, overhead charges, commonly allowed, 2% of the estimated cost, contingencies and unforeseen, commonly allowed, 4% of the estimated cost. Items are needed to consider well while preparing the detailed estimate. Note: the rate used to estimate should check with current standard schedule of rates, and in case of quantity, it should check with standard data book. An estimate has basic two types as follows. Original estimate. Repair estimate. Original estimate. Original estimate is the estimate prepared for a newly proposed project. This project can be a constructional project of building, canal, or road, and so forth. In other words, if these projects are commenced from scratch, then estimate proposed for them will be original estimate. It is done in two ways as follow. Rough cost estimate. Detailed estimate. Rough cost estimate. This type of estimate is done for any project before commencing about its fruitfulness and cost that will be expended on it. Initially, a rough estimate of cost is conducted about the project that is known as rough cost estimate. If the project is proposed for taking financial advantages, then expected financial income and rough cost estimate is compared in this type of estimate. If the project is not proposed for taking financial advantages, then its necessity and vitality are compared in this type of estimate. Rough cost estimate is made by comparison of cost expended over former project experiments and undergoing proposed project. It includes the price of the plot for the project, the cost likely to be expended over the building, water supply, and cost of sanitary, provision of gas and electricity. Rough cost estimate also includes 5 to 10% of additional charges that have to be made on urgent basis during a project, and they are not obvious before project commencement. These expenses are known as contingencies. Rough cost estimate is conducted for administrative approval. It is conducted in a different manner for different types of projects. Some of the examples are as follow. For buildings. Different methods are used for conducting rough cost estimate for buildings. Most famous methods have been explained below. Per unit number. In this method of rough cost estimate for building, the cost estimate is done per unit number according to the aspect of the project. For example, this method will take account of per student's cost in case of school construction, per bed in case of a hospital, and per seat in case of cinema or theater. Per unit rate is established respecting certain factors such as material and labor, etc. Plinth area basis. Rough cost estimate of the building is generally conducted by plinth area basis method. In this method, the entire proposed constructing area of the building is determined. This area is known as plinth area. Plinth area will include the area for all the types of rooms, verandas, and walls, etc. This area is determined by finding all the measurements over the plinth area of the building. Then, plinth area is multiplied by the appropriate rates. This rate is established by observing material intended to be used in the building and its specifications. The rates can be found by the already constructed buildings in the area, and whereabouts. Hence, acquired expenditure will be proposed expenditure of the construction of the building. It will include the provision of gas and electricity, sewerage, and all related facilities. These expenses are usually retained in percentage manner as follow. Water supply and sanitary equals 8%. Electrification equals 8%. Gas supply equals 4%. All these expenses that are paid over facilities are accumulated with the cost paid for the construction of the building. Subsequently, contingencies are added up to the final submission. Contingencies may vary from 5 to 10% of the overall cost of the building. Finally, rough cost estimate for the building will be ready. 10% profit for contractor must be added in overall cost if the project has to be done by contract. In the case of a multi-storied building, separate cost is determined for each story. If the drawing of the building is not available or not yet prepared, then area of the required rooms is determined, and 30 to 40% area is added up for passages and verandas. Ultimately, plinth area is determined. Rough cost estimate can be found by this area as well. Cube rate estimate. In this method of rough cost estimate, the total volume of the proposed building is determined. Then it is multiplied by the rate per unit volume, and the overall cost of the building is found. Outer measurement of the building is acquired for finding the volume of the building. These measurements include length, height, and width of the building. All these measurements are multiplied together to get the volume of the building. The height of the building starts from the plinth to the upper surface of the floor of the building. Foundation and parapet are not included in it. Rate per unit volume is selected according to the type of the building and related specifications. These rates can be established also by already constructed buildings in area and whereabouts. Cube rate estimate method is the best for establishing rough cost estimate as it also involves the height of the building too. Per unit length of wall. In this method of rough cost estimate, lengths of different walls are found separately. Then the cost of unit length of each wall is determined. This cost is determined separately for foundation and superstructure. Foundation cost will include the cost of the damp-proof course, the cost of digging and filling, etc. as well. Superstructure cost includes the cost of masonry, wood crafting, roofing, and finishing, etc. For overhead water tank. Constructional cost of the overhead water tank is determined by its capacity of water storage. In order to prepare rough cost estimate, cost per liter is established for overhead water tank with respect to height and constructional method of the overhead water tank. Subsequently, the cost of the tank is found by multiplying liters with the measurement of the capacity. For railway track, rough cost estimate is established per kilometer for construction of railway tracks. Cost per kilometer is established with respect to railway's line gauge, rail, and type of sleeper. Then this cost is multiplied by the length of railway track to get the overall rough cost estimate. Detailed estimate. In this method of estimation, each item of the project is determined and multiplied with its unit of rate to acquire the cost. Every type of cost is involved in detailed estimate. Therefore, it is considered a better estimation method. Detailed estimate is conducted to get the approval of technical sanction of the related project. The following data is included in this type of estimate. Project report. Specifications. Detailed drawing. Design data. Rates. This estimate is also conducted for requiring tenders so that the project can be completed. Detailed estimate is also prepared for other purposes other than original building as follow. Revised estimate. Supplementary estimate. Revised and supplementary estimate. Revised estimate. Revised estimate is prepared when diversion more than 5% occurs in the detailed estimate. Diversion occurs due to the fluctuation of prices. Revised estimate is also prepared if changes are made in project design of the already prepared revised estimate and ultimately technical sanction has sought again. This estimate is conducted like original estimate. Comparative statement is also attached to revised estimate that will clarify the price fluctuation in each item. Supplementary estimate. If construction work of the project has been started and change in design has been felt, and expenditure due to design changes cannot be covered within approved funds, then an additional estimate is prepared which is known as supplementary estimate. The procedure of supplementary estimate will be similar to that of procedure for original estimate. A report is prepared along with the supplementary estimate that will explain the necessity of alteration or addition. This estimate will include already approved estimate and supplementary estimate. Revised and supplementary estimate. Sometimes changes or additions are required in already prepared estimate in the project, and these changes are caused due to prices diversion of more than 5%. Alteration in cost is brought about by design changes in projector price fluctuation of the items. If estimate shows the involvement of additional cost more than 5% before the commencement of project or during construction of the project, then divisional officer has the authority to prepare the estimate for the project from scratch and acquire new technical sanction for the project. This new estimate will be known as revised and supplementary estimate. If the cost of altered estimate comes lower than the prior estimate, then such estimate will be known as reduced estimate. Repair estimate. Repair and maintenance are done in buildings and other structures in order to maintain and look after them. The estimate prepared to find the cost applying over the repair. This estimate is known as repair estimate. Procedure for repair estimate is similar to that of procedure for detailed estimate. Repair estimate of the building includes whitewashing, paint and other maintenances. Road repair will include filling up patches showed up in the surface of the road, ensuing rigidness of the road banks and footpath maintenance, etc. Different types of repair estimates have been listed below. Annual repair estimate. Quadrennial repair estimate. Special repair estimate. Annual repair estimate. Buildings and other structures are repaired every year to keep them maintained and usable. Estimate prepare for such repair is known as annual repair estimate. This estimate will include whitewashing and other small repairs. 1 to 1.5. 1.5% budget of the overall cost is kept for this purpose. Road edges and shoulders are repaired and maintained every year as annual repair. The procedure for annual repair estimate will be similar to that of procedure for detailed estimation. Quadrennial repair estimate. Special repair is done after every 4 years despite annual repair, which is known as quadrennial repair. It includes painting and repairing of spoiled plaster. Despite, it includes repairing of doors and windows. The procedure for quadrennial repair estimate will be similar to that of procedure for detailed estimation. Special estimation. Tenure is not fixed for special repair. However, repairing of damages of buildings and other structures caused by earthquake, flood, and other accidents is done in special repair. Despite, buildings and other structures also sever damages and miserable status due to continuous and long usage that are repaired especially to make them livable and usable. The special repair will include removing of spoiled floor or roof and constructing a new one. Removing broken doors and windows, and wood crafting a new one, removing the spoiled plaster and plastering new one, etc. Road special repair will include filing up patches showed up in the surface of the road, ensuring rigidness of the road banks and footpath maintenance, etc. Types of cost estimates in construction. The construction cost estimates can be prepared either in a detailed manner by taking into consideration item by item, or can be calculated approximately without going much into the details. Based on these criterias, there are mainly 8 cost estimates followed in construction. Preliminary cost estimate. Plinth area cost estimate. Cube rate cost estimate. Approximate quantity method cost estimate. Detailed cost estimate. Revised cost estimate. Supplementary cost estimate. Annual repair cost estimate. Preliminary cost estimate. The preliminary cost estimate is also called an abstract cost estimate or approximate cost estimate or budget estimate. This estimate is generally prepared in initial stages to know the approximate cost of the project. By this estimate, the competent sanctioning authority can decide the financial position and policy for the administration section. Preliminary estimates are prepared with reference to the cost of similar type projects in a practical manner. In this estimate, the approximate cost of each important item of work is displayed individually to know the necessity and utility of each item of work. The items of work include the cost of lands, cost of roads, electrification, water supply costs, cost of each building, etc. Plinth area cost estimate. Plinth area cost estimate is prepared on the basis of plinth area of building, which is the area covered by external dimensions of building at the floor level, and plinth area rate of building, which is the cost of similar building with specifications in that locality. Plinth area estimate is obtained by multiplying plinth area of building with plinth area rate. For example, if we require plinth area estimate of 100 square meter in a particular locality and plinth area rate of a building in same locality is 2000 per square meter, then plinth area estimate is 100 x 2000 equals 200000. Open areas, courtyards, etc. are not included in the plinth area. If the building is multistoried, the plinth area estimate is prepared separately for each floor level. Cube rate cost estimate. Cube rate cost estimate of a building is obtained by multiplying plinth area with the height of building. Height of building should be considered from floor level to the top of the roof level. It is more suitable for multi-storied buildings. This method of estimation is accurate than plinth area method. The rate per cubic meter is taken into consideration based on the costs of similar type of buildings situated in that location. Foundation, plinth, and parapet above the roof level are not considered in this type of estimate. Approximate quantity method cost estimate. In approximate quantity method cost estimate, the total wall length of the structure is measured, and this length is multiplied by the rate per running meter, which gives the cost of the building. The rate per running meter is calculated separately for the foundation and superstructure. In case of foundation, rate per running meter is decided by considering quantities such as excavation cost, brickwork cost up to plinth. While in case of superstructure, quantities like brickwork for wall, woodworks, floor finishing, etc. are considered for deciding rate per running meter. Detailed cost estimate. Detailed cost estimate is prepared when competent administrative authority approved the preliminary estimates. This is very accurate type of estimate. Quantities of items of work are measured and the cost of each item of work is calculated separately. The rates of different items are provided according to the current workable rates, and total estimated cost is calculated. 3 to 5% of estimated cost is added to this for contingencies as miscellaneous expenditure. The detailed estimated should consist following details and documents. Report. General specifications. Detailed specifications. Drawings, plans, layout plans, elevation, sectional views, detailed drawings, etc. Designs and calculations in case of buildings, design of foundations, beams, slab, etc. Schedule of rates. Revised cost estimate. Revised cost estimate is a detailed estimate, and it is prepared when the original sanctioned estimate value is exceeded by 5% or more. The increase may be due to sudden increase in cost of materials, cost of transportation, etc. The reason behind the revision of estimate should be mentioned on the last page of revised estimate. Supplementary cost estimate. Supplementary cost estimate is a detailed estimate, and it is prepared freshly when there is a requirement of additional works during the progress of original work. The estimate sheet should consist of cost of original estimate as well as the total cost of work, including supplementary cost of work for which sanction is required. Annual repair cost estimate. The annual repair cost estimate is also called as annual maintenance estimate, which is prepared to know the maintenance costs of the building which will keep the structure in safe condition. Whitewashing, painting, minor repairs, etc. are taken into consideration while preparing annual repair estimate for a building. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon.